it is I, and it's Moonstar here, and today, folks, I want to talk about some reasons why I absolutely adore Hello Kitty Island Adventure, and why, in some ways, I think it's better than Animal Crossing. And I know there's quite a statement to make, but let's go over some of the reasons why I think Hello Kitty is amazing. Okay, I think Hello Kitty Island Adventure is absolutely amazing, and it is my favourite game of all time. So, number one, there's loads of different cute items. You have so many different items in the game that you can use to make very, very cute and adorable little cabins. And you can decorate your own cabin, and I love the items so much. Number two would be the characters, of course. These characters, they are written in a way where they have lots of life, and they're really interesting, and they crack jokes, and it makes me smile when there's a new quest to do and there's a cutscene and you get to talk to the characters, and just interacting with the characters is absolutely amazing. And the way the developers have written the characters and the way they've given them their personality is oh so amazing, and it's so great. Number three, it's being updated all the time. It's not being abandoned like Animal Crossing has been. There's a lot of love that's being put into it. You can definitely see that. You know, you can see that when you play the game. There has been so much love put into it. Number four is, in order to play it, you have to get Apple Arcade. That's not a bad thing, because in Hello Kitty Island Adventure, you can only do so much in a day. So, you know, you might want to check out the other amazing titles that are on the Apple Arcade, are available to you there. And yeah, you can have a really, really good time playing all sorts of different things. 3. There is a decent chunk of content from the get-go. And what I mean by that is, when you're first starting out, there is so much different things you can do, and there's always something new every single day when you log in. Always something new for you to do, which is amazing. Now, the next one would have to be mini-games. I absolutely adore the mini-games in this game, even though some of them are a bit hard for me with my vision, but that's a me problem, not the game's fault. And yeah, I really enjoy the mini-games. I think they're a lot of fun, and the fact that you can unlock different things when you play the mini games is really, really, really cool. And then you can also play the mini games with your friends as well. Like I did the apple bogging one with another person, and that was quite fun. And it reminds me of Tortimer's Island in New Leaf, which I absolutely loved. The next reason why I absolutely adore Hello Kitty Island Adventure is the community. Now, I'm not really active in any other communities. I just sort of keep myself to myself because I'm very shy and I struggle socially. But the community, when I have interacted with them and when I've traded with them, I've had nothing but positive experiences after experiences. And in the Animal Crossing community, I found that it wasn't quite as nice. The Hello Kitty Island community is is so nice. Like, they're really nice. I've not seen anything really bad or anything like that. It's always so nice, and it is oh so lovely to see that, you know? Next would have to be that you have a choice of different platforms you can play on. And what I mean by platforms is the actual machine that you play on. So, for instance, you can play on your Apple TV, you can play on your Mac computer, or you can play on your iPhone. And your progress will get carried on to which device you're using, which is amazing. Moving on, the next reason why I don't have a Kitty Island adventure is because the island feels alive. All the characters mostly have like their own little roles on the island, and they can sort of gather for like little mini events, as I call them, like the comedy night and the dancing night, which I would love to see more of. I like, for instance, I'd love it if like my Melody had like a sale on and everybody would like be in her shop, you know, or there'd be a queue outside the door or something. Or something like that, you know. Next up would have to be the characters can collect items for you. So this is later in the game, but the characters, and there's a Knoll also who will collect things for you. If you haven't got enough time to go around the island each day and collect everything, it can be very time consuming. And there isn't enough hours in the day, unfortunately, but having the characters do that for you, it literally only takes like 5 minutes to go around all the characters and just quickly ask them and be like, hey, could you pick up this for me, this, and this. And there was an update quite recently where it actually shows you how much of an item you've got, so you know exactly what you need to ask for. That is amazing. Speaking of characters, another reason why I love Hello Kitty Island Adventure is when they are your companion, they have benefits. What I mean by that is, for instance, Karopi, he has a Karma Critter ability which slows the critters down so you can catch them easier, which you need for the Cloud Dragon, so that's really handy. And my Melody has a gifting bonus. When you gift characters, she will give you a little bonus, you know. And then Tuxedo Sam, when you bring him with you, there's a chance you can get an extra item from like my Melody shop and the like event stand. Yeah. I love them so much. Next up would have to be the lots of different achievements you can get in the game center and in-game as well, with like the collections tab. You can see exactly what you need to do in order to fill this out, and that will take you hours, okay, to fill that out. Honestly, that will take you days. So speaking of Karopi, actually, so there's a way to get out of season event items through him. Whereas with other games like Animal Crossing, if you wanted the Sakura recipes, you would have to wait for the season for that to appear. But with Karopi, there is a chance every week, say if you're after the spooky furniture, there is a chance every week that he might have a piece of spooky furniture for you, which you trade with friendship beads. And you don't necessarily have to wait for that event to come back the year after, and that is so handy, especially for getting the visitors that require some of the event items. You also get rewarded for adventuring and exploring the island, which I absolutely love. because there's always things like chests dotted around. There's normal chests, and there's radiant chests, and then there's flowers, of course, gift flowers, and then there's the Gudetama that you have to find all around the island. You know, you could be running around for months trying to find one of them. It's really, really fun. Next up would be that the island is huge. Okay, Huge Man from Observation Duty would love this island because it is massive. Okay, look at this map. It is huge, and it's not even like the full map either, because you've also got Icy Peak, and then you've got Cloud Island, obviously. But the island is so massive. It feels so much bigger than the island you get in New Horizons, which is really, really nice. Next step would be that you can have 3 different saves. So I've used all 3 of my saves. But yeah, you can have 3 different saves, which is amazing. So say if you've got a little sibling, or you know, you've got a friend who wants to try it out for the first time, you can just let them use your account, and they can yeah, you two can experience it together, and it's really fun. You know, it's so fun. Now, the next reason might surprise some of you actually, but it forces you to slow down. Now, I know some people really don't like this, and I didn't really like it at the start because I was used to Animal Crossing where I could just time travel to what I wanted to go and do. But the reason why I like it in Hello Kitty Island Adventure is because it really gives you time to really appreciate what you're doing. And I feel like throughout our lives we're always rushing around, trying to get things done as quick as possible, but in Hello Kitty Island Adventure it sort of forces you to slow down and experience the game at a slower pace when compared to some. You can't just time travel like you can in Animal Crossing, and I think that's a good thing, because it means you're not going to get as burnt out on the game as quickly as maybe you would with Animal Crossing, you know? Next up, I would say that there is a decent amount of things to catch. So much so, I have made a 53-minute long guide all about the different bugs and fish that you can catch. So I would say for definite that there is a decent amount of things you can catch, and maybe the developers will add some more things to catch, like in Icy Peak. There would be some really like cool, I don't know, like some cool frozen fish, you know? That'd be really cool. Moving on, I would say that one thing I really like is you're able to unlock new things through leveling up your character's friendship, and you can actually see what you're going to unlock when you level them up, so you know exactly who you need to focus on in order to get what you're trying to get. So say if you're after more quests, you can see who you need to be gifting as much as possible in order to unlock that quest that you're after. Moving on again, it's nice that there's a description about characters, especially if you're unfamiliar with them, and it shows you their birthday. And I feel like that's such a nice personal touch, and I really, really, really feel like Animal Crossing could really use something like this, you know? Next, I think that the game appeals to a lot of different people, and I think it's the perfect game for couples because there's a bunch of things you can do together, like the mini games and the haunted house and the puzzles and the multiplayer quests. So there's a lot of stuff you can do when you're playing multiplayer, And that's why I think couples would really, really enjoy this game. Or even just family, you know? Anybody. Next up, I would have to say I really like that there's daily rewards and quests. And there's a chance you can get items that will help you level up your friendship with characters. So if you're after a certain quest with a certain character, you have to get to a certain level, you can use a friendship blossom or a friendship bouquet on them, and then you can level up their friendship. Oh, it's great! After you have finished leveling up your characters to the max and you gift them their free heart gift, you can get that character's box. You can also gift them like the 2 heart gift, but you get a smaller box. You want the regular box because you're after, well, you should be after really, you should be after their hats. Yes, you can get rare collector's hats and comics, and of course in the boxes you can get a different bunch of collectibles, which can be handy, especially if you're trying to get certain items. Yeah. Last up, I would have to say I love that there's all sorts of different like cooking machines you can make use of, and they can be upgraded to allow you to make even more complex recipes. I actually have another video where I go through all the different recipes, and I think it's like half an hour long. So that shows you how much content there is just by one aspect of the game, you know? But yeah, that has been my little spiel about why I love Hello Kitty. There's a bunch of other reasons, but I didn't want to overload you in one video, you know? Like, yeah. Anyway, I have been MX Moonstar, you have been amazing, and ta-da! Let me know some of your favourite reasons down below!